From faking a conversion to go viral.
Everything I've said on podcasts is complete clickbait. I did it to go viral to then make money.
To a pastor turned stripper preaching self-love on Onlyf.
I'm on the account every day. I post every day in there. I do multiple live streams a month. I'm in the DMs chatting.
Here are 4 OnlyFans models who fake their faith for fame, cash, and a hell of a lot of attention. Starting with the daughter of a Baptist pastor, Nala Ray, a top 0.1% OnlyFans creator, raking in over $14 million by selling explicit content online.
And I climbed to top 0.01%.
How long were you on OnlyFans?
5 years,
And how much money do you think you made in total?
14 million.
Then, in early 2024, she shocked everyone, deleting all her explicit content overnight and rebranding as a born-again Christian influencer. Was this a miracle or a marketing masterclass?
Then all of a sudden, when I became a Christian, I was so thirsty for Christ. I was like, God, I need more of you. What else? Like, my worship time increased. I deleted my entire secular playlist because I was like, God, that's not what I need in my life anymore.
For months, Nala flooded her social media with Bible studies, prayer circles, and testimonies about her spiritual awakening. She even married Christian lifestyle vlogger Jordan Giordano in a viral wedding video. However, things took an unexpected turn. In November 2024, during a podcast appearance, Nala admitted that her dramatic conversion was nothing more than a calculated strategy to spike her OnlyFans subscriptions.
As a viral creator I went on so many podcasts because I knew the only way to grow my was to be viral, and it's such an oversaturated platform right now, and I've been on it for like 5.5 years. So everything I've said on podcasts is complete clickbait. I did it to go viral to then make money, and it worked. I said whatever I needed to because I understand the male brain, and I needed to make money, and I was like,
Wait,
I
so
got
you
taken
basically
down.
you lied about everything.
Yeah, pretty much.
But here's the twist. That clip was edited and was taken out of context.
When you were on this show last time and you said you had a kink, a fetish for cheating or being cheated on, is that true? And she says, no, I lied then.
But the internet still didn't buy her transformation. Hannah Pearl Davis, a social commentator, pointed out that her OnlyFans account was still active after her conversion.
She was baptized in December. So this is April 5th, 2024. Her OnlyFans account was still active.
Pearl also went on X to criticize Michael Knowles for not fact-checking and blindly believing an OnlyFans model about her finding God. Speaking of faith-based marketing for attention, Courtney Tilia went a step further. This mother of 4 was once a high school teacher battling stress, anxiety, and a paycheck that barely covered the bills. After quitting her job in search of meaning, Courtney turned to OnlyFans, but it quickly became clear that her newfound divine calling was more a calculated rebrand than a genuine spiritual awakening.
I was like getting really depressed and anxious and just like miserable. And so my husband's like, something's got to change. Like, if you could do anything all day, what would you do? And I was like, I guess I would go to the gym and work out. I don't know what else. And he was like, great, do it. He had started his own business, but it hadn't really taken off yet. And so we were really living off of my one teacher salary. But I quit and resigned and really went all in on like my coaching and modeling. I joined Only in 2019 before the pandemic, and it became a big thing. Like, I was on there.
Courtney claims it was a divine calling, saying, God's message has been abundantly clear. I'm here to be a star. This is my way of serving. She insists that since launching her OnlyFans career 7 years ago, she felt closer to her faith, even going so far as to say that God put her on this earth to help women liberate themselves from sexual shame. But is this really a spiritual awakening, or just a convenient narrative to justify a lucrative career move? Because her finances tell a different story. Reports suggest Courtney earns anywhere from $20,000 to $100,000 per month on OnlyFans. Choosing OnlyFans because the teaching salary was too low is one thing, but disguising it as a holy mission, that's where the mask slips. Every Christian knows that exploiting faith to justify what Scripture condemns doesn't make it righteous. Transitioning from a modest-paying job to six-figure months could tempt anyone to find a higher justification. Courtney isn't just twisting faith, she's using it as a shield against criticism, a marketing tool to stand out in an oversaturated industry, self-serving, disingenuous, and completely transparent. And she's not the only one. Lindsay Capuano took a similar route. Only this time, she didn't just blur the lines between faith and provocation, she erased them completely. This 22-year-old Christian OnlyFans model from Connecticut sparked a viral storm when she shared her beliefs with the Daily Mail, insisting that her faith does not interfere with her work. She claims she's a devout Christian, praying every single night, attending church regularly, and even working at a Christian daycare before her online career took off. I pray every single night. I pray for whatever I feel I need to that day. I pray for my family, my fans, myself. But was she actually devout or just devoted to her fans? Capuano has over 4 million Instagram followers and 75,000 OnlyFans likes, raking in an outstanding $200,000 per month. She says much of her income comes from generous tips from fans, men willing to pay big just to get a little more. But here's where it gets even more bizarre. Unlike many who keep their online careers a secret, Lindsay's Christian parents aren't just aware, they're supportive. She proudly states, "My parents are supportive of whatever I choose to do. They have always been that way. They are so proud of me. We celebrate every time I reach another 1 million followers on Instagram." But let's pause and think about this for a moment. Can anyone truly blend devout Christianity with a career built on explicit content? Or is this just another strategic move to justify an unfaithful business? Because traditional Christian teachings aren't exactly vague. The Bible speaks repeatedly about purity, self-control, and the importance of honoring one's body. Lindsay may pray every night, but is she living by the faith she claims? A YouTube comment sums it up best. The Bible has a principle like this. You don't live the life of a Christian to gain favor with God, but if you are a Christian, you'll live that life of one who is. That lady ain't living that life. And speaking of contradictions, let's talk about Nicole Mitchell, who pulled off the most dramatic faith transformation yet. Once a church pastor, she reinvented herself as a self-proclaimed pastor turned stripper and rebranded as an OnlyFans model, all while claiming to be embracing her true self. But was this transformation really about self-discovery, or just a new way to stay relevant? Michelle grew up in an evangelical Christian community, where she was taught to repress her sexuality and personal ambitions. She pursued ministry, rising to the role of pastor.
I wasn't an equal, I was a token. There was so much pressure that I had to sound like the main pastor who's male. I have to act like him, talk like him, walk like him. Like everything was so censored and controlled.
But in 2019, she left it all behind. Not just the church, but the entire faith itself. She now considers herself spiritual instead. But here's where things take a wild turn. Nicole didn't just leave religion. She repurposed it. She claims that being naked online is actually fulfilling God's original plan.
When I'm naked, I'm literally fulfilling God's original plan, which is naked and unashamed.
It's the way you came into the world.
Literally, as I can literally be naked and I feel zero shame, and they don't know what to do with that.
However, Michelle describes her OnlyFans journey as self-expression at first.
When I first started my OnlyFans, it was just a place to practice self-expression, practice being seen, feeling safe, being sexy, all these things I was taught I was not supposed to do as a woman.
But soon it became something more that she feels very proud to own.
And then it became a full-fledged business, and it is exchange of money for goods and services that are in nature, and it is fitting. And now I feel very proud to wear that title.
Michelle didn't just quietly change careers, she catapulted herself into the spotlight, landing features in major outlets like Business Insider and appearing on talk shows. And while she claims this was all about personal liberation, the timing couldn't be more convenient. Because let's be real, controversy sells, and nothing sells clickbait like a pastor turned stripper. So was this really about breaking free, or just a strategic shift from preaching to performing? One that happened to come with fame and a thick paycheck. Either way, Michelle proves one thing. When faith and fame collide, controversy sells better than belief. In the end, faith wasn't their foundation, it was their formula. Nala Ray cashed in on a fake conversion, turning a manufactured spiritual awakening into a lucrative business. Courtney Tilia repackaged lust as religious devotion. Lindsay Capuano turned prayer into pornography. And Nicole Mitchell transformed spirituality into a stage act. Whether they truly believed or not never really mattered. Their faith was just another product to sell. And with that, let's wrap up today's video. What do you think? Who's the ultimate holy hustler? The pastor turned stripper? Or the divinely called teacher? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear your take. Before you go, don't forget to check out my recent video.